The Evergreen Park Oak Lawn Festival, Fall on the Green, or as Jerry Sadowski used to say, fall down on the green, where we had a picnic. At the time, members were not kegging beer. And so I ran across this. I was distributing beer at the time. I was the guy that brought craft beers to the south suburbs way back when. That I had this one account. He wanted to share the wealth of craft brewing. And so I got boss members to pour beers at this event. And the pisser was that there was a line for Budweiser, there was a line for Miller. There would be 30 or 40 people stacked up to get their beers from there. Here we had 5 or 6 or more boss members pouring craft beer and getting people to lose that line and come over and try a good beer was like, it wasn't impossible, but boy, oh boy, was it tough. We would take this, the first time I went there, Mike Pizan and I were there, and they're starting to dump the beer out when they were done with the festival because they couldn't resell it. So, well, what about if we take that and we use it at our club? Well, yeah, we could do that. Well, subsequent to that, that's what we did. I supplied all of the beer for our picnics, and our first beer box was made out of Mike Brennan's old garage door that had some styrofoam insulation in it. And we had that for a number of years. It was a blast. Getting the beer, and it wasn't for probably like 10 years or more until enough boss members, until we started going to Steve's house for the picnic, that there were enough beers that we could do all homebrew. We would have members bring bottles of their homebrew. I would say on the picnic, one of the delights was when we had one summer where it was in the 90 degrees, and it was always a week. It was always 2 weeks after Labor Day. So this is in September, and it was in the 90 degrees. We went through like $400 in ice trying to keep these commercial beers cold. And the next year I ended up getting Zamboni ice from one of the ice skating rinks around here in the south suburbs. And kids had a ball with that. Cost us nothing other than getting a boss member with a pickup truck, 2 of them, to go over and get a load of ice.
Shaving ice, yeah.
Yeah. And then the kids had fun throwing snowballs. The next year they came prepared with their mittens so that they wouldn't freeze their hands off. Wonderful time. You look at that time of year, and we picked that, first of all, because of the availability of the commercial beer. And secondly, it had to, if you're going to do a picnic, you think, well, fall is probably a good time. Well, it turned out that we had no rain at all for at least, I think, 9 years. And then we had like a monsoon. It rained all day, not just rained hard. And you could tell who the committed members were going to be with Boss, because they stayed no matter what. Ankle deep mud, it didn't matter. We totally ruined Mike's lawn. After a while, people weren't really caring if they were in the rain or under the tent. And the next year, we switched over to Evil Horse Farm, where it's been delightful there also. I would say the picnics, we went through a whole host of different iterations. from one of our members had a pig roaster that he had made. He's an iron, he does iron work, and so would start off at like 11 o'clock at night, and we would put the pig on. He'd get a pig from one of the Mexican uh, grocery stores in Joliet. We put that on, put the fire on the grill, drink beer all night, and realize that you don't have to do it that early. But and then it kind of changed. We would bring potlucks, and and then it was music as entertainment. At one point, we had half dozen members that play musical instruments. One guy is a professional guitarist, and that they practiced and put on a great show. And then we had a little group called I've forgotten the name of it. They were beer drinkers, and we had a couple years where they put on a show that you would pay good money if you were out away from the picnic.